my mother-in-law, I started to scrape. She was scraping and I'll do it. I scraped about 15 minutes and I went back in to look at it, see if it's good. I looked at it and she said it was good. Good scraping. And that was my first one. And I was 14. All the time I work on hides. All the time. Since I was 14, like I said. And that's my hobby. I just can't do anything else. Now I have a good friend that I get all my hides from because we trade. I eat all what you like for buckskin. I make him a vest, either dress, boxers. So I don't have to worry about hides for me to buy them. The neck is first, the tail is down here, the tail is still on.
Excuse me. A treat for the kitty, huh?
Yeah. And but this time of the year when their hair is getting gray, the hide will be gray too. Even you scrape it and scrape, that gray will still on there. Get all that meat off. A long time ago, this year, they just threw it on the fire and barbecue. Oh, do they? Good. Just scrape. There's so much to it, we've got to go up. It's coming off easy. There's some scars on this hide. It's either from fence or fighting. Bad scars. Gee. Hey. Will it show on that? Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh my gosh.
Gee, sure is scraping.
Yeah.
Now you just have to remember 10 days.
Yeah. Supposed to leave it in there. Don't change what. Even that stinks. Just leave it in there. If you change it, this will get tight on that hide. So no matter how long it's been in the same water for about 10 days. I changed it a little while ago just because I was going to scrape today. But now, if I don't scrape, maybe I'll scrape it this evening. It's a rest. Boy, that would be nice hide if it wasn't for them scars. Mm-hmm. After it's done, they show. I don't know how come it's like that. Seemed like it's from fighting. If it was wire, seemed like it would straight up and down. When I start scraping every day, it takes me about 45 minutes to scrape one. About this size. Medium size. Twist, twist, and twist. It tight. And over this hole here, then do some more twisting on it. And have your hands way inside the hide. Keep going. Open this and put this in. Then start twisting it. Try to get all that water out of there. You can leave it on for a little while, and I use this rope to so it'll stay, so it won't slap me on the face. See, when you use the leg, it goes long. It's long. The bottom will be the neck then, and it's smaller when they will use this whole thing is smaller. If I use the arm, it will be big right in the middle. That would be the neck. Well, now I go with some more. Let it go. That water should be all out. Then I stretch it. You just have to keep put back in the water till all that water comes out, because it's not. Don't be stretching good. See, there's that's where the top was, right there. When I was wringing it out a few times. This is ready for brains. But it feels good, even if there's still water there. all these marks here should come out. Okay, really good. Then when I tan it, I put it in brains, I patch all the holes. And it's, when you scrape the hair off, there's a lot of little things that has to be done. Sometimes there's a thin layer of that grain on top. You'll never get it tanned. It'll be soft, but it's not as soft as it should be. So you gotta get all that grain off when they scrape the hair off. Scrape the inside first, then scrape the hair off. This, whoever done this scraping did a good job. There's no, I don't feel anything. You can always tell when it's got that thin layer. It looks shiny, especially right in the middle. I read in brains and what, 7 or 8 in water. That's first time in water, and 4 or 5 that's been in water 4 or 5 times. Should be 4 times in water. Then you can tell that's ready for brains. And that's why I have to have lots of buckets, because I have different like I say, brains. First time in water, and second time. These are about 3 or 4 times in the water. This has been in brains. I just didn't work on it, so it's got the mark there. It's soft enough. Put it back in brains once more, then it'll be okay. And when I put it back in brains, while it's still wet, I'll patch this hole here. Patch the holes. I think it'd be easier on that when it's wet. I go like that when I go to patch it. See, when I stretched it, it's kind of round. See? And I'll, this way, it's almost closed. See? This is almost closed. Well, I patch it this way. Then I, with the strong thread, I go up just round it. And it'll be, and when it's tan, it doesn't, that hole don't even show. Because when you don't patch it, the hole will be round like that. But when you patch it, it'll be closed. And you can always use it for something right there when it's patched nice. Okay. See, it's round. Now see, it's almost closed. So I patch it that way.
You've always patch it from the inside or the hair side?
Inside. Now this is wet. It's in brains. You can patch it anytime when it's in. If you have chance, you can patch it when you put it in brains first time or second time. No matter how big of a hide, it all has to go in second time. Even the little ones, they get stubborn and they have to be put in a couple times in brains. See, there's that holder. Okay. See? Make little holes all the way around. Stretch it on the frame. This was on the frame already, but I didn't like it. It was kind of hard on one place. So I took it out last night and got it damp. And so it's okay now.
How do you get it damp?
I take it outside at night time when there's full moon. It gets damp. I had 3 of them outside and they were all on a frame already. I think so I gotta do them all over again on the frame. I don't know this furnace. Sorry. Seems like you go and go and go and go. Never to get to the end. Okay. Okay. I grabbed this is the legs. Here's all my string. Okay. Long one. That's the bottom there. Put it. All the things comes off. It's loose. It shouldn't be like this. It's gotta be tight. We put it on. See, after you stretch it, the cups will come out. There. How much it stretched already? shades. It goes up here, whatever you call. That's where these come from. I had two of them, but I lost them. The other one. That's scars, and it goes under the fence with the deer. This gray here, that's from that in the spring they change colors of hair. It's turning to red. It goes inside of the hide. It don't come off even when you scrape it. Scrape it, sir, scrape it and scrape it. It don't come off. Same way in the fall when they change back to gray. It's like that.
Is there a certain time of the year that the hides are better?
Uh-huh. Like right now, it's good. I have a hide here that's really bad. I can't do nothing about timber just for a while because I can't make anything out of it. Only thing I could do is use this side, and it has to be for lining for something, like for gloves or vest. I'll have to use this. That's steel brush what I'm using for this inside. See, you can just tell. When I have it on the frame, these. One gets dull, well, I just grab another one. Right here, it's kind of hard yet. So I go. The other side. Other bit. Yeah, tanning is really hard, and but I had to learn to, because I didn't go to school long enough for me to go and make money from office or anything. So that only thing for me to do is work on hide. It come in handy. See, it's still kind of hard, but it'll do. I'll try the other side. This is the one that I had on the frame, but I shouldn't do that. Okay, 10-15 minutes, then you get dry and put it away, or cut the edges off. If I'm going to smoke it, oh yeah, okay. I leave some strings there, and I'm going to smoke it like that. Okay. Now this is what I learned from my experience. You know, people, they just go and put their piece of string on there, but when I do this, that string don't come apart, because when you just sew the string, it usually comes off. But this, that's one's for the inside and one's for the outside. And same way on the arms. Same way you have it on the arms. You have one's for the inside and one for the outside. When you sew it up, so to be smoked, well, leave one inside, leave one outside. Okay, that's done.
What else have you used besides brains to tan hides?
Oh, my brains. Let's see, how's my brains? I use half and half. Eggs, powdered eggs, and brains. Half, like half a pound, I guess. Half a pound of brains and half a package of powdered eggs that you get from commodity. So I mix that up, and when I use just nothing but brains, it kind of it gets the hide kind of on a gray side. It's not as white as it should be, you know. But when I use half and half, the eggs makes it white. A long time ago they used to use eggs, but I rather have brains mixed with eggs, because eggs makes it whiter. A long time ago they used fish guts and eggs to tan hides with. And I know when I was growing up, you know, for my grandma used to use guts when she didn't have no brains. It gets smell in no time, that one, but at least brains don't.
How long does it take to tan a hide?
You know, if I really want to tan a hide in no time, I could have it done in 2 days. But the way I work, 6 or 7 at a time, so it takes me about 2 weeks. I tan elk, it takes a long time, because the way you wring it out, it gets so big, you know, when it takes quite a while to tan elk hide.
Is that because it's thicker?
It's thick.
Thicker.
Uh-huh. you can't read it out good, because when I have a elk hide, it goes clear down to the floor, and then and it's heavy. Of course, those that's strong probably wouldn't, but I have 4 elk hide right now, and I'm waiting till this winter, and I'll work on it, because it's easier, lots easier to tan in winter. When you get through scraping that elk hide and wash it out 3-4 times, change water 3-4 times. That's how come I always have to have a lot of buckets too. Put another bucket of water, warm water, put it soap, lukewarm water, and put a little soap on it. If it's got little blood in it, you'll soak it overnight. The next day you hang it up on a line and let it dry from freezing. And next day or a couple of days you put it back in the water. All you have to do is just take it outside and hang it. You don't have to rain it out. That's why I like to tan it in winter. I don't have to be raining it out. You can do that about 3-4 times and it'll be ready for brains. Same way as you do in brains in water. You can just hang it out, and when you know it's going to be done, well, you can rain it out. You don't have to rain it out as hard as it when it's in brains. Last time you can rain it out and start working on it in here. You got to have it real warm in your workshop to work on your hides, your elk hide.
Store your hides when you get a fresh hide?
You either can, if you have time, you cut the hair off. Cut the hair off and put it in plastic and throw it in the freezer. It's the same way in a long time ago. They cut the hair off and they hang it up. They last a long time because all that ticks and bugs, you know, won't bother that hide when there's no air.
Do you salt it when
It should be salted. But if you know it's going to get dry right away, you don't have to put salt on it, just dry it. Have it flat. Don't hang it over something on a fence or something. Have it flat.
Can you stop in the middle of tanning a hide?
Like if I had some hides in here, well, I could just leave them in here for at least 2 days. But when I'm tanning, if I wanted that, if that was ready for brains, ready to tan, I could roll it up and put it in plastic and put it in a freezer. And take it out. It takes a long time to thaw out. It takes about a day to thaw out when you roll it. And I made a mistake many times. I put 3-4 of them in one bundle. What I should have done is put them all in separate packages, and they would throw out right away when you have it a whole bunch. Just wrap one at a time, and then you'll get it thawed out in no time. For when they're damp, when I'm going to be gone for just a few hours, 3-4 hours, or sometimes a day or so, I put it in a plastic and I just leave it in the plastic. The next day they'll be still wet. it'll be still wet enough to work on it when they're. Only thing when it's in brains, but you don't have to watch it when they're in the water. Like you don't have to be working on it. Like brains, you gotta be in here and stretch and stretch and stretch. Like I and the young have to have. We usually have about 5 or 6 in there. By the time we get through with the last one, well, we start all over again. Start stretching and stretch and stretch. And then you gotta have it real hot. All the way with cotton thread clear to the neck, and I leave some strings where I can paint it to smoke hide. Then I use this for a skirt. That's Levi pants, and I put it on this here, sewed onto this buckskin thimble. Big stitches, because as soon as I get through smoking it, I just rip it. See them scars on that hide I was scraping a little while ago? See? It's up and down because it's from a wire, fence wire. See? All the way, it's up and down. And when on that hide I scraped her, all different, so it doesn't seem like it's from wire. More to sew, to smoke today. Now see how it works. You probably have to show when we start smoking. Let's see, paint like that. And this is over the bucket.
A good one?
It's a good one. Better than to paint it outside and you don't even know if it's going to get damp or what.
Oh, better trick.
Yeah. See, I'm still learning.
Putting it in the bathroom when you shower.
No.
No?
I get 2 towels.
Uh-huh.
And then I wet one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Hot water, I wet that one towel with hot water.
Uh-huh.
And then I roll that hides with that. And it gets, I got some over there. See how, in that yellow bag.
Getting it damp, huh? Well,
Yeah.
isn't that it doesn't get it wet, huh? The towel
it just
won't
gets
get-
damp. Let's check, huh?
Okay. Your new trick.
My
Boy,
new
aren't you smart. I think you're just getting smarter and smarter as you get older.
Yeah, better be dumb. Okay. See, even they kind of get wet, but they're still.
Well, let's look
Stretch.
at it. Let's take it out. Look at
Okay,
it.
let's stretch and we'll see.
See if they're damp enough to stretch. Oh,
Huh?
it looks good.
God, they were just tired too.
Really dry, huh?
Oh,
You put the wet towel against them, huh?
I'll show you.
Okay.
I got that towel, pink, real
Pink one's
wet,
Oh.
hot water.
Huh. Isn't that nice?
See?
Yes. This one's close, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sure feels good.
Okay, let's try the other one.
Okay.
Now, I'll just put it back in that plastic instead of using that
Towel?
towel.
Now that it's damp, huh?
Now that it's damp,
Here. Well,
now I can wait for this for a long time. The wet. It kind of smells, but
not bad.
better than don't have to be putting it back in. Oh,
Hanging it outside
God.
all night and wondering if the dogs will get it or
Yeah,
blow off
don't
the
know.
line.
You don't know if it's going to get damp. The only time it gets damp is when there's moonlight.
Clear.
You can be outside all night with your boyfriend.
Gotta be paying attention, huh?
You go stand the smoke.
What kind of wood is that?
Cotton. Ain't smoking up.
Oh, hiding, huh?
I wouldn't drop this on the floor, but
Smoked anyways.
what's it? I didn't hear anything.
I mean, it doesn't sound like the hide's burning. That sounds good.
Yeah. Too bright yet.
Yep, look at the top. Not quite. Not quite.
Yep. For a vest should be a little darker. Little bit more to go.
Yep, pretty close.
A little bit more, yeah?
Yep.
Gee, I got to smoke them 3 in 45 minutes.
I know. Do you remember one time we smoked what was the fastest we ever did? We did about 4 in about a half hour. Boy, it just went
Yeah. Gee, well, it was just,
one. We were just changing and done and changing and done
God,
and
it
then
was really
flipping
fast.
to one side and then another side. Yep, all done. Lickety split.
That's all the hide I got left. Elk hide.
I got an elk hide in the freezer. Oh.
Some of my grandchildren are already saying, we'll be down there.
Oh, won't that be nice?
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
Look like. Okay. Oh, whoa. Whee. That's it.
Yep.
Big stitches when you smoke, to smoke it. just rip it. You want a little touch on the neck?
Well, let's look at it, see what you think. Maybe.
I think so, huh?
Okay. You're the boss.
A little bit.
You're the boss.
Little too light, so we're going to give a little touch there. What in the hell is she doing? Oh, do a little touch, see? It's already there on this side. When I was just a young girl, my sister would have a chairs round circle like. Then she would put all the blankets on top of them, you know, on the chairs. Then she would go inside of that, and then she would burn sweet grass, and she would get all that smell off of that blankets, and it would really smell good. And then she would chase all the evil spirit off of that blanket, bad dreams and everything when she uses that sweet grass. And so always having sweet grass in my house.
Where does it grow?
In some kind of a swamp like. I don't know where there's sweet grass around here. Is there some in Dayton? I don't think so. I smell it in when I'm in Dayton by Louise Burke's there. I smell sweet grass, but I don't know where it would be. When I was young, my folks used to have a pipe. And they would smoke every now and then. Talk to themselves, and I didn't know what they were saying. And I guess they were praying for their health, for them to. So ever since I always wanted a pipe for my own. I have that pipe up there. Kelly beaded that. Even my granddaughter, she was pretty young. She was about 12, and when she started beading, I raised her. She was just a baby. When she got to be about 12, 13 years old, and she started beading too. Oh, she can sew good. She really can sew moccasins. She can bead. She beaded that pipe up there. And I always wanted one for myself, my own. Needs a little washing. It's been up there for 5 years. She bought another one just before she died. That's a real big one. Big. And she was going to beat it too, but she didn't get a chance to beat it when she got killed.
Tell them about, you said that you're not supposed to let kids or anything play with.
They're not supposed to play with deer when it's just been killed, and for them to be when it's laying someplace. You're not supposed to play with that deer or anything. Just take care of it, because that's wild, and that's the Indian food, might as well say, long time ago. Not supposed to play with anything of it, like the horns or the feet or anything. That's something important. To waste any meat, because if you waste, you won't get any more of that. A lot of times when people waste, it backfires and they don't get any more for a long time. Because I know it happened, but that didn't happen to me, because I know I always take care of it. I've been buying deer from these young boys. Even just the bone, I save it. I cut all the meat off and bones. I put it away. I cook it. I even cook it for the dogs, because can't waste any of that, even the deer bones. Cook it for them dogs to eat. Like here, I had a visitor the other day, and I feed my dogs right out there in that pot out there. Said, gee, that food sure looks good. It's good enough for me to eat it, and there she's giving it to the dogs. Carson. I made gloves first, my first pair. I didn't make moccasins, I made gloves. I don't know why. That's hard to make gloves, but that's what I made, was gloves. And I done a good job too. From there on, I've been making stuffs for sale. It's done right there. And I don't have to have a pattern either to cut out the gloves. And these are for moccasins, high top. Some people, they call it boots, but they're high top. Long time ago, when I make something, I always make like 4 pair of moccasins and 4 pair of gloves. I sell them all at once. Like right now, they like is moccasins. They don't care for gloves very much. They don't use gloves very much anymore. So I make moccasins all the time. But I like to make gloves too.
When you were young, did more people use buckskin?
Oh yes. Most of the old people used to wear, everybody used to wear moccasins. They didn't wear shoes, so they have buckskin all the time. See, a long time ago when they go hunting, they're hungry all the time. So first thing they do is eat the kidney. when they're hunting and they kill the deer, they eat the kidney. And they get back, well, the woman starts preparing. There was always two women like. One of them has to take care of the cooking, and one take care of the meat. So next day the other woman will take care of the other thing. And they get along fine when they take turns on taking care of the meat. Like one of them will do the hide. Like as soon as they don't have time to scrape it well, they just cut the hair off and take the meat off, and then they put it away to get it dry. Then when they get back home, well, that's when they start to scraping them hides. A lot of people, they used to go hunting and they camp all over. When I was quite young, I know they used to go to Pleasant Valley, they call that place. We would go camp out there. What the old lady would do is get the cooking down. I didn't know much about it. That's when I'll say I was about, that's about 48 years ago. Catherine was just a baby then. When I was with these old people going hunting. And they would dry the meat. There was no 1 minute just sitting down. You're on the go all the time when you're up in the mountains. So at night time, that's when you get the rest. But you're still, in a teepee, that's where they don't have to have any kind of rack outside. They make their meat right in the teepee. Strings all over from one teepee pole to another. But I worked up in the woods. I burned brush for Luke Trahan in the 70s. And I piled brush up in the woods. And I don't stick with it too long because I want to get back to my tan out.